Fair play to EZ. 23 hour, he lost an hour. He lost an hour. Going for my usual pre-workout drive. Got to be careful now though. We're only allowed that once. Yesterday got a bit tasty. They sent a drone. The police sent a drone in the air to follow me. So I shot it down. Now they backed off. Get back! Get back! A good way of getting in the zone before training is emulating your usual routine. So on the way to Muscleworks is when I'd take my pre-workout. Obviously on the drive there. So at the moment I know it's weird, but it's helping a lot. Otherwise you roll out of bed and your motivation to train is pretty low because your gym is essentially in your house. So bit of music on, pre-workout, and I'm ready to go. In for push. Hopefully by the time that this has gone out, the TMC home workout system should be live on the member site, which is for coaches, clients, any individuals that want to train at home during these times of self-isolation with minimal equipment. We've got cuffs, bands and a few dumbbells, so I've created a whole exercise library for people to tap into. Today we're doing push. Obviously due to the inability to increase load, if you have large amounts of weights with you then fantastic, but if not, the ability for us to increase frequency for that body part can obviously occur. So for exercise number one, we're doing single arm chest flyers using the cuff and the rock climbing clip outside the window. So you could throw this over a door, for example, and close the door, and the band goes as per, and we'll be doing these on our knees. Apologies for the poor lighting, but we are setting this, moving up with the cuff in the wrist on our knees. We can do this standing, however, in this particular position where the angle of the band is, it creates more tension in that lengthened position and also adds more of a challenge in that shortened range. Okay, the resistance isn't too much, so you could use a heavier band. So with this particular exercise, I like to add in a 5-second isometric hold. 10 reps we're looking to do, 2 sets, add in a little hold there and go through the rest of the set. Chest is nice and pumped and fatigued. On to our next exercise, which is a lying flat dumbbell floor press with the additional challenge of a cuff and resistance band. The opposing end of the band is looped around my sofa, so ideally look for something quite heavy here, be it a garden post, or some people have got wall clips in the wall outside. Because I only have a certain amount of weight with these dumbbells that go up to 20 kilos, I could easily do that single-handed without the additional challenge of this resistance band. So the band is allowing me to progress each week until we get to the point where we can max out the dumbbells. So similar setup to as you would do with a usual dumbbell floor press. Ideally, if you've got big enough cuffs, place this higher up the arm just to reduce that joint force. You can add some form of stability on the other side if you require it, like another dumbbell here or a band, for example. And we'll just go into our floor press, really focusing on the eccentric contraction, slight hold, and then another rep. Training done. Gonna go and film some content for the members site now, directed more so towards females, but with some pointers for males to take into consideration for glute and hamstring training too. My ratio to male and female has tipped a little bit, still very much predominantly male, but an influx of females, so starting to release some content surrounding training and nutrition for females too. I'll run the trailer for it. What you'll require for this particular workout is a resistance band of some sort. We'll be using either the green or black, and a pair of dumbbells. We aren't going to be doing any squat movements for this particular glute and hamstring workout. And you'll also require a porg.
Female.
Dirty fucking cold core.
Now on to the last couple of exercises.
I love my girlfriend, but she loves magic more. My baby nothing but a dirty fucking cold core.
Got a new mic. You versus the guy she told you not to worry about. Week number 2 of isolation, I've 30% lost it, which is good going. Another 2 weeks, 60%, we should be okay. The Queen did a speech last night, which made me feel instantly better. Nothing about PPE or testing or ventilators, just some spiel about meeting again. Can't beat a good Vera Lynn rendition to pull us through these hard times. You go, Queenie. I'm going poached to get some eggs and a coffee, but look at the queues now. It's well, I'm getting used to this social distancing malarkey. Usually Waitrose is quiet. Oh, not too bad. Luckily, Elle's a key worker, so we get to go there at 7:30. Although we went there last time and old geezer tried to get in. He was like, what do you mean you're voting bollocks? I said, just the NHS and key workers get time to go in before, obviously they've got long shifts. But it's bollocks. It's not bollocks though, is it? In York. Cappuccino from Poach, still open by the way. Those in the Beckham Romley area with coffees, selling coffee. Only one at a time. Be careful, stay safe out there. Beans for the AeroPress. But my favourite, something that I swore that I wouldn't get involved in expensive eggs. I always thought too pricey, no difference. Boy was I wrong. Massive distinct difference between these sort of eggs and the Tesco's ones. So I just saved these for a treat. 2 on my rest day with some sourdough. Today's Friday, Jesus' day. I believe he was crucified today. I'm not religious, I just believe in Solomon. But we've got a podcast with Wallace, which should be good. And then gonna cook some dinner, some lunch. I've been training my arms a lot in this isolation inspiration station. I think they're getting a bit bigger. Even like the mass production of TMC t-shirts that I didn't feel comfortable with. I sort of did that season 1, did the video with it, and then I looked back and I was like, it's not bespoke enough for me. I want to go even more niche, and I want to create a clothing line that is separate to TM Cycle. So even now, since we've been in isolation, jotting down brand names and styles and things like that, I want to be in the position where I'm almost hand making my range of clothing that way, because that feels more comfortable with the sort of person I am. A lot of the clothes that I'll buy, and I'll go to France, I'll go to Paris, I'll go to Marbella, or I'll go to New York, and I'll find these little thrift shops, and I'll try and find items of clothing that people have never worn before. So it's even going down the route of I could do a whole season or a line of t-shirts where every single t-shirt is different, and Hugo Boss did that with their most recent drop. I think it was the camouflage. Every single one of their swimming trunks or coats or t-shirts, it was the same pattern, but it was all different. The way in which it was laid out was all different. So it's that what interests me in clothing, being incredibly bespoke and almost making these products myself. Too rich, like a mouthful of olives. That is your license open? Dinner is served. All homemade. That I even homemade the foil myself.
Well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a new pre-workout to try, and I'm a bit scared. It's got that hot. It's got that scary smell to it. DMHA is why. It'll be banned very soon, I believe. So if you want something that's going to blow your head off before we have to stop selling it. Citrulline, malate, beta-alanine, glycosides, typical standard pump products. Alpha GPC at 600 milligrams, which is dosed. Okay, I suppose. Same caffeine content as MV Pre at 50 meg. Iridogenesis is slightly higher here, 50 milligrams more than MV Pre. N-phenethyl dimethylamine. DMHA at 100 milligrams. New Pept, which I believe is the substance that's banned, which is why I think this will be banned along with DMHA as well. And Huperzine at 1%. I don't know how much DMHA was in Jack 3D. I'm pretty sure it was a proprietary blend, so no wonder we were all fucked in the gym. My experience. Round about 2008, news about Jack 3D hit my gym in South London. I'm not too sure. Oh, here we go. Jack 3D contained around 142 milligrams of DMHA per serving, which is ridiculously high. I'm gonna half scoop it, I think, because I don't want to. I just started watching Sopranos and I don't really want to be in hospital. What even is this flavour? Mind candy. I'm already gurning from it and I've not even had it yet. I'm gonna half scoop it, which is 6 grams. It doesn't seem a lot, does it? 6 grams, but very strong regardless. I don't know what's happened. That's kicked in differently like no other pre-workout's ever hit me before. Not too sure on the logistics of this park workout, whether we're allowed to or not. You alright? Yeah. I feel weird. Fantastic pre-workout. One that should be only used for special occasions. Although I'm going to use it tomorrow because that's the sort of addictive personality that I have. Anyway, I hope everyone's staying sane. My apologies for the lack of uploads on YouTube. Obviously, me and Elle were bedbound for about 2 weeks. Don't know whether it was not the greatest ending. Me and Elle were bedbound for 2 weeks. Not sure if it was coronavirus or not. However, Elle, because of her work, is getting... That's a needle. Oh, this fucking ending is terrible. I inject steroids. Elle, because of her line of work, is getting an antibody test. So it'd be interesting to see the results from that, because then it would give her an indication that we did or did not have it. Okay, I hope everyone's coping. It's hard, isn't it? Look, fucking hell, it's tough. Did an Instagram post the other day about trying to detach or not get too involved in these hyper motivational people that have suddenly come out of the woodwork that get up at 5 AM. Ooh, let's go have a cold shower. Let's recite poetry. So I just fucking bore off, mate. Don't feel that you need to do that in your self-isolation. If you want to spend it lying around, recovering, sleeping in bed, then you crack on, sister. You deserve it. But I'm going to leave it there. We'll get back into the swing of things with YouTube vlogs over the duration of self-isolation. Do a few full days of eating and talking about maintaining body weight. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you very soon. Thank you, good night. Much love.